call is pretty much going to be an opportunity just to talk about whatever it is that you're facing in your everyday lives with the new normal that we're all having to deal with right now. And like we always do in all of our programs, I know this is a virtual thing and it's kind of hard to, interact with each other. That all of our organization is really based on physical like interactions and being connected. So doing these Zoom calls is really awkward and weird for us. We understand that completely, but we do want to set some ground rules and let you all know that this is a no judgment zone, that everyone should feel welcome and also understand that nobody is going to kill your vibe, like Kendrick Lamar said. And we also don't just talk about it, we be about it. So go ahead and do your intros.
Well, I go to Sacramento City College, but of course, none of us are like in school right now. And the way that like everything has been working with it, I've thankfully have been, for the most part, like fine with it. I feel like I've been coping like a lot better than like other people, but we obviously know that's not the case for everybody. That's why I'm really excited for us to be able to have like this conversation.
Awesome. So what's up, everyone? My name is Jose. I'm also a AES Street Team Ambassador. I'm excited to have this conversation because I know that for me, this transition to online courses has been a little bit difficult just because it's a lot harder to ask questions and to reach out to professors. And it just seems like we're jumping through hoops. I'm really curious to see how everyone else is coping with that transition in terms of school and any other effects that this whole thing has had on, all our plans in general.
My name's Olivia Engelson. I'm a senior right now at McClatchy High School, and I'm going to Yale next year. And I think that this, in general, this pandemic and school closures has impacted seniors in a different way than it has anyone else. Just because, we've done like 12 years of school, and now in the culminating year when we get all the gratification and validation of all our hard work, that's the year that we have to stay home. So I'm interested to hear what all of you have to say about it.
Congrats on going to Yale. Sorry.
Thank you.
Right. Can we just clap it up, snap it up for her real quick? Sorry, Christopher, you were next. What's up?
Oh, hey, what's up? So my name's Chris. So currently I'm in my second semester. I'm not a senior, but I'm in my second semester of nursing school at American River College. A lot of our program, deals with us going into hospitals. Well, we can't do that right now. So, and I guess I'll digress, but that was just an intro. Hey, what's up?
Hi, everyone. I'm Isabel Perez, and I am a senior at Chico State. So currently, I'm back home, taking classes online and trying to figure out how to manage helping my family, babysit, and still do my coursework. It's freaking hard. And then having to think about all these things that as seniors we're missing now. I think that's what I'm trying to manage. So I'm very grateful for this. So yeah, thank you for having this. I'm so excited.
So I'm Melissa Chavez. I also go to Chico State. This transition has been really difficult for me just because the whole online thing, it's really, really hard for me to focus while I'm at home, trying to do my homework. And then also with working from home, I feel very overwhelmed with the amount of work that I have to do. So I'm still trying to balance out school and work at the same time.
Hi, I came in a little bit later. I'm Catalina. I'm basically I have the same emotions as Melissa mentioned. I'm a first-gen student in both sides of my family. So it's taken a really big toll on me because this is something I looked forward to since I can remember. Taking 6 courses online, it has been really heavy because I'm not used to that many classes online. The most I've taken was 3. And so it's just a lot of homework. I don't know. It's just the whole graduation thing really just still affects me. I try to think of it in a positive way. And even if something does happen at the end of the year, it's just May 17th was the day I was always telling myself that I was looking forward to. Even just talking about it now, it's really emotional. But I'm happy to know that I'm not alone in this. I'm thankful that Isabel told me about this so I could talk about it amongst you guys and know how everyone else is feeling.
The fact that you may not even be able to have that one thing that you've been holding on to for so long, it is kind of disheartening a little bit towards the end. But thank you so much for sharing, because the fact that not only you are feeling that, I know that always like brings like more community like amongst like all of us, like the more that we could like hear that story.
So my name is Dennis. I guess the biggest way this whole thing has impacted my life is basically like financially. It's really crazy to think about like how there's a bunch of people early 20s, mid 20s already applying for unemployment, and some people aren't even lucky enough to get that. So I'm just trying to like kind of hoping for the best in the future, just financially, and hoping that it doesn't distract me too much with school. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm excited to hear from others too.
Hi, I guess I'll go next. I'm Sarah Michael, pronoun she, her, hers. I work for Case Forward, which is a policy advocacy nonprofit for vulnerable youth and youth of color. I just wanted to jump on the call this afternoon and just kind of learn from Anna and the street team for how they're supporting their young people. So thanks for doing all of this.
Well, I'm Akima, and this transition is whooping my behind because I'm like a visual learner, so like I have to learn like face to face. And in my house, we got like 12 or 13 people, and one laptop we just struggle right now. My grades are suffering really bad because of how many assignments I have, especially for Spanish. I have like, we ain't gonna get into that, but literally I've only done 60 assignments or something. I have like 200, and it's like literally killing me. And then on top of that, like the rest of my classes, and then all the rest of the stuff with like my siblings and whatever.
So my mom works for the county, and she was hearing everything that everybody has had to say, and she would like to say a couple things that could possibly help others that are in need of it.
Oh yeah, feel free. What's up, moms?
This is my mom.
Hi, everybody. My name is Carmen. Hi. And I work for 211 San Diego for the County of San Diego. And there's a lot of resources for all of you guys out there. I was hearing the stories, and I hope everybody, the main priority is our health and safety of everybody. But there is a lot of resources for all of you guys out there. You guys just have to call 211. I know it's available up there in Chico. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you just tell them what situation you guys are going through. So just let them know, and they will offer you what's available in your area. There's programs for the undocumented people, for everything, and it is confidential. They will not find out, your status or anybody's status. They do ask a couple questions. Your name can be anonymous, like I said, but besides that, they just want to know for like the income and stuff, and to give you what programs are available.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and I hope everybody stays safe.
Akima, you and I can chat a little bit about this after the call, because I know there's some places that are doing drive-throughs, giving out laptops to students right now in Sacramento. So if anything, I'll shoot you a text after this call. Okay. And then we have one more person that needs to give their intro. What's up, Brother Jamil?
What's good, Anna? My name is Jamil, aka Brother JLA, coming from PHILLY, Philly, and literally just here to serve and support in any capacity that I can. Anything I can do to support on here, just like the elder, Catalina. Thank you for your mom speaking. Anything I can do as far as being resourceful nationally, trust me, I will flood it to y'all. Because as much as a lot is going on, when it's all said and done, we have resiliency within ourselves, and we will rise. It's all about that heart. I love you.
Exactly.
What's up, everybody? My name is Rex, like the dinosaur, real simple, easy to remember. Also, my artist name, King Ra. I make music. I'm a techie. I teach Lego robotics. I teach robotics and coding to kids and stuff like that. Really big youth advocator. When it comes down to it, I always try my best to make sure that, the voices that are heard are the voices that need to be heard, and the voices that need to be heard are the voices that are going to be here. And that is the youth.
We say a lot in our organization that it's not about the hard work, it's about the heart work, because we understand when you're able to be vulnerable and share your fears, talk about your experiences, talk about your story, what has shaped you to become who you are today, that's where you learn the most. And so that's the reason why we created this call today, because we know that during this time of social distancing, my, oh my, it's so hard to be able to like connect with other people and be vulnerable, share your stories and your experiences. But Zoom gets us to do that. So here we are, and we're trying this out today for the first time. And we wanted to, like I said in the beginning of this Zoom call, we wanted to give this opportunity to our seniors to feel uplifted and to feel like you have a system of support backing you up. And also for those of you who aren't seniors right now, you are in that category too, because we don't know when this thing is going to end, honestly, because by the way it's looking right now, we don't think it's going to end, at least in Sacramento, until the next couple months. And then we also wanted to give you all an up on our virtual Voices of Change concert. It's going to be an at-home concert that we're hosting. It'll be a Zoom call similar to this, where we're going to be inviting young people to pretty much share however they may be feeling in this pandemic through their arts, through their gifts, whether they sing, they rap, they dance, they write spoken word. We want to provide a platform where young people are given the opportunity to share it with the world and inspire others. Like I said, we're big on hard work. But like I said, going back to the call name, we called it Senioritis to Coronavirus. We wanted to give you all an opportunity to talk a little bit about your transition from facing senioritis. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that term, but when I was going to Encina Preparatory High School and Chico State, I always was going through senioritis. I was like, this is my last year. I got to make the most of it. I got to do all my memories, make sure everything is in line so that I could have those for the rest of my life. And I kind of slacked off on school. Mm-hmm. But I'm really interested to learn a little bit about what everybody else is facing right now in terms of like what your senioritis looks like. Maybe it's not the senioritis disease or whatever you want to call it anymore. Maybe it's, I want to go back to school. I want to go back to my friend group. I want to do all the things that I did in school. So I'm interested I wanted to just open up the floor real quick to hear what other folks are feeling in this moment before we move on to our next topic of discussion.
Yeah, and just to like elaborate more on like what Anna was saying about like how like the media, they're mostly just talking about like us in regards to being like the spring breakers. Like we really want to push out media so that we could talk about like actual like real life students instead of just like those spring breakers that were like in San Diego, because like we know that it's like affecting people in like many diverse different ways. And we want to hear from Christopher.
I'll kind of do like a backstory. 2 weeks ago was our last clinical day. So we have clinical and lecture. Clinic is usually in hospital. So we had our last clinical day in hospital because we're not really essential. We're nursing students, right? Unfortunately. And of course, this posed a problem for us because for us to graduate any semester or, seniors, fourth semester, they need to have a certain amount of hours, clinical hours. Of course, if we stop short, we're not going to have enough hours. So they're potentially not going to be able to graduate. The BRN, which is just the Board of Nursing, they oversee our licenses, our programs, and they allow changes or don't allow changes for that matter. About 1 week ago, our program was completely canceled. Classes, like lecture and clinical. So like, this is a very sad time. We're all going to have to start next semester. Good luck. That was pretty impactful. I mean, for me as a second semester, I'm like, that sucks, but I guess I can start next semester. It adds like 7 months to my graduation date. But imagine seniors, fourth semesters, they were like, I'm supposed to graduate in 6 weeks. Now I have to wait 7 months. So that was really frustrating. Very, very frustrating. There are a number of nursing programs within California, and, we all were hearing, this nursing program over here, this nursing program over here was not canceled. They're still going. And they're like, well, why are we canceled? This is so frustrating. So, the whole point of this is that, the seniors, the fourth semesters, and, all the other students for that matter got together and they advocated for themselves. And they contacted our director, they contacted the district president, all this stuff. And they're like, hey, why aren't we continuing? We need to continue. They're like, hey, write these messages. They're doing Zoom calls. They're like poking and prodding. They're like, hey, this is not fair. And, I thought that was really cool because you have, these seniors that really want to graduate, second, third, first semester. They're all like coming together like, hey, like we need, this is not fair. we needed to continue. We got to hear from those seniors, and it was like devastating for them because they're now going to have to repeat, all this stuff. Moreover that, I mean, it's the financial stuff, right? So I have a whole nother semester, 7 months left to pay for. And it's like, where does that come from? More loans, more jobs. I don't have a job. I can't get a job. There's like millions of people trying to find jobs now. So that's, the frustrations we all have. But good news. We're started lecture again. Yay! Yay. I know, it was very nice, very beautiful. But yeah, it was really like heartwarming to like know that we all came together and like we were able to do this change, and they actually listened to us, and we actually got to do it. So yeah, that's my little.
Thank you for
spiel.
sharing, Chris. That's the power of people coming together.
Right.
Unifying under one specific goal is really what drives the movement, whatever movement it is. And so congrats on you and your team on doing that, because I would be mad too. That's money getting wasted down the drain.
Right.
Money don't come like that. Come on.
Similar to yourself, a lot of people are going through this issue. This is not something that was under your control. There are people who are actually paying for their classes and trying to get things done in a timely manner. You can't really hold that against them. A national crisis, I don't really know if you can hold it against them. So I'm not going to say I know that there's going to be some kind of compensation. Not at all. Never my case. But in terms of like what our expectations are, I would hope that somebody, or something happens to where, you don't have to come out of pocket for the semester that you missed. I'm really hopeful in that situation, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm kind of interested to hear from a high school perspective in terms of like missing out on prom and senior graduation. What is that like?
I need to hear from y'all too, because I've been defending y'all all week. I have been defending y'all all week. I need to hear what y'all got to say.
What's up, class of 2020? Where you at? Just like the video. Where you at?
I think for myself and most of my classmates, it's just really disappointing because since you're a freshman, you watch all the people who are older than you go through the same steps and get the same validation after their years in high school. And you really do like imagine that for yourself. I have one friend who like plays in the band at high school, and he said he played at the band like performance in graduation for the past 3 years, even though he's not a senior, and he kept looking forward to that time when he'd be the one on that stage. And it feels like it kind of just got taken away from us. Granted, our school actually technically hasn't been canceled through graduation yet, but like because of the governor's announcements and also because of the state superintendent's announcements, it would be like really, really unusual for it to not get canceled. And so there's just like a lot of questions. And obviously the situation is so unprecedented that there's no model to follow, or like you can't say like, oh, what did we do last time this happened? Because it's never happened before. So I think the way that I've been coping with it is trying to continue making contact with the people at my school that I would talk with. So we've done like social distancing walks where we stay, like we walk on different sides of the street, or like we stay like 6 feet apart from each other. And just walk for like 30 minutes to talk with each other.
That's amazing.
Next time you do that, Olivia, send me a video.
Yeah.
But it's like trying to find that community that respects the social distancing, so you're not like with friends who like just disregard it, but also you have like other people there who like if you aren't feeling motivated, they'll like get you out of your house, so you're not just alone and isolated during this period of school closure. So that's been a big thing. Also, I've done a lot of Zoom calls. Teachers are organizing Zoom calls, but it's just, it's been rough still, like even with all of that. And for people who don't have that social network that they can fall back on, I imagine it's just really, really difficult to be stuck inside. And even though we're advised to go outside and like be active, like you can't really that much because there's people outside. I mean, like, what are you going to do? Yeah, it's just trying to create a network and like, I think support people that we don't even really know, reach out to them. I've been texting people that at school, I just have their number just to see how they're doing, because any contact at all for people who maybe are in a bad home situation, who don't have supportive families, or school was their support system, who don't have that anymore. Just trying to, reach out to find anyone that may really need help.
Yes, Sis Olivia with the text messages, validating your schoolmates. That's what it's all about.
And I'm tired of hearing people get mad at the young people. And they need to just,
No, yeah.
they need to just like, it's easy for you to say that, fam. Like, you be in the house.
You had your senior year.
Exactly. You feel me? You don't went to prom, all that. Oh, it's nothing. It's just prom. You wasn't saying that during your prom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You won senior prom princess or queen, whatever it's called. Does anybody else want to share your thoughts on how the coronavirus has been affecting your personal life?
For me, it has to do a lot with the fitness. This year, I was actually hard on myself for like January, February, and the little bit of March that we had before spring break. I was really going to the gym, whatnot, hiking a lot with Isabel, even just going for walks or runs. And now with all this going on, it's like no gym access. Not even the parks here in San Diego are closed. If we were to be found like at a park, we could get fined now. The beaches are all closed. You can't even go for like a beach run in the morning. So, you know, it's just a lot different from the gym to like trying to incorporate that to outside. I'm still trying to see how I could do that. I just don't feel as motivated. You know, it's a lot different. Maybe if you guys have any advice to give me, please. Help a girl out.
Definitely like what you're talking about like motivation and like the gym. I was just talking to a friend yesterday who said that he feels like his routine has kind of been like thrown off because one of the main parts for him was like waking up early and going to the gym. And so since he like doesn't have that, like he feels like he's pouring like so much into his work, like to the point where it's like a good thing that he's getting like a lot of work done, but it's also kind of like a distraction, I guess. Like he's not really having that time to like unwind or just have like that moment like in the morning where you get like that dopamine like going like off like in your head. So I think this will probably just be like the best time for you to try to develop some type of like routine like in the morning, something that you could do like in the house that you could really stick to. But I do definitely understand like what you mean about it being like a lot harder. I think if you just try to like make like those small like adjustments and still just like get up like in the morning and just start like committing yourself to it, like hopefully that could just like keep you like in the mood so that you could be motivated to do like other things as well.
They also have like places where they do kind of like collective things online. Like, I don't know if you're into like Zoom classes. There's Sweatcoin. Sweatcoin is another good one. I mean, obviously it's just an app for like, you know, getting some exercise in. But like, so say if, for example, if you woke up in the morning, got you a little jog in, clocked it in for Sweatcoin, they pretty much reward you with points that are redeemable for real stuff, just to keep you kind of motivated. And like I said, and then similar to what Olivia was saying in terms of walking with your friends, if you find another friend that's equally motivated with you and wants to like figure something out to really get their body in shape, keep themselves motivated, y'all can have a check-in time. Like say, for instance, both of y'all wake up 8 o'clock in the morning. That'll be y'all time to call, and then y'all can go on that jog together, or y'all call and y'all can set up. Okay, so this is what we're doing today. Today's leg day. We doing squats. We doing leg sits. We doing knees. You know what I mean? And I feel like it'll definitely help you keep yourself motivated, because self-motivation obviously is important, but motivation is actually a communal thing too. So definitely look into finding a workout buddy, if that makes sense.
And then on Instagram, there's a lot of like influencers or just people doing like live workouts throughout the week. And I recently joined a Zumba class. There's a teacher from Chico who does Zumba Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, she uploads her videos. So like if someone doesn't have time when she goes live, they can go back to it and watch them. There's a lot of great people that have been joining, and she's so awesome, so motivating. So she's doing these free Zumba classes online. So if anyone wants to join, just find me on Facebook, Isabel Perez Meza, and then I can add you guys to the group because it's really great. I've been like doing them and it's fun, getting the family involved, you know, so it's great.
Girl, I'm gonna add you right now. I need to get active.
Right.
I've been finding myself in the kitchen almost 3 times a day.
So look, I'm one of those people where I usually only eat once or twice a day. Really unhealthy, right? Like really bad eating habits for sure. But like since I've been home, I've been eating like it's crazy because I was made a joke about it. I'm like, damn, I'm actually home enough to eat 3 square meals a day. But like, you know what I mean? I can't do nothing about it. Like I can't burn off the calories, nothing. I'm just at the house. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Right? Kima look like she about to go hard. Like, I'm gonna go outside to go tell y'all this. You know.
She's like, I gotta get away from everybody to talk to y'all. She done been in 3 rooms already.
Oh. Well, my siblings just came in being so loud, and then the light was like flickering, so I went to the dining room But then they came in there being hecka loud. My sisters say hi though.
What up? Could I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Is anybody just like this quarantine is like the best thing ever? I just have to ask because like you feel me? I do know some introverts and homebodies who be like, look, bro, I'm chilling. Like this is the best. Like if school was like this from the get-go, I would have been graduated already. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to check in on the other side of the energy. Is anybody feeling like, this is the best thing ever? Like you get to be at home, kind of chill, get your lessons done that way. Like who's feeling that way?
So for me, I think like the first week, it was my spring break. So the first week I was chilling. I was so happy. I was eating.
It's like extended spring break. Hey!
I've been watching so much TV and shows, and then I was having a blast. But then once school started up again, that's when I was like, okay, this isn't as great as I thought it was.
Started to settle.
Yeah, once like things started being the new norm, like it just started to like get overwhelming and everything.
Yeah, I was that way until Dave about 12, and my kids just kept asking me questions. They kept asking me for snacks. I was like, yeah, I think it's done. No more vacation time for me.
Olivia, were you gonna say something? I saw you with your hand up.
I was gonna echo exactly what Melissa said. I think it was nice in the beginning when I didn't know how long it was gonna last, and then when it just kept getting extended indefinitely, then it kind of hit me that like this really isn't like a vacation.
Right.
And then also, even like I would enjoy having a week off or even like 3 weeks off, but everything's closed. Like you can't go anywhere.
Right.
Our refrigerator, like we're like almost rationing food because you don't know when like you can go get like bread anymore from the grocery store. So it's just kind of different circumstances than I would have liked a vacation to be.
I feel you.
Thank you for sharing, everyone. And I know we have a couple more opportunities coming up in the pipeline in terms of like what other resources our students can be utilizing right now during these moments. So I'll get those all sent out to you after this call. But I did want to encourage everyone on this call, if you want to join us every Friday, we'll be on the Zoom call similar to this every single Friday, same time, 12 to 1. And we'll just be talking about issues that are affecting all of our personal lives in terms of this new pandemic. And so since I have everyone's emails already, I'll send those email outs to you. I wanted to end you all off on this spoken word piece. I don't write spoken word, so shout out to those of you who do. But I just wrote this like the other day because I was bored, locked up in my house, staring at my walls. I was just tired of being locked in the house. And so it's called Hopeful. One can only hope that coming out on the other side of this, we are stronger and more united than ever before. As I lose count of what day of quarantine it is and watch COVID-19 headline all news stations, I wonder, in our life of new normals and social distancing, let's flip the script and say, united we stand, divided we fall. Our solidarity, motivation, and virtual connections help keep us pushing through it all. From the young to the more elderly, all ages are being affected, however be. From boredom to uncertainty to fear and hopelessness, these many feelings are real, valid, and important to keep in mind. By being vulnerable and willing to share thoughts, fears, experiences, we are able to empower, connect, and uplift all of mankind. We say, it's not about the hard work, it's about the
hard work.
Y'all supposed to finish it. Hard work.
I was on mute.
Hard work. I was on mute.
You gotta let people know, like they gotta hit the button, bruh. Like
say, it's not about the hard work, it's about the
hard
work.
But through it all, how do we cope? So as each day surpasses, let's join in solidarity, stay on our grind, uplift our communities, and most importantly, have hope.
I see you.
That was lovely.
That was my first spoken word piece I ever wrote ever in my life. So
it don't even sound like you don't even need that disclaimer. You just need to be like, mic drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you need to do. You feel me?
Lay it on them. Lay it on them thick.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to give you all virtual hugs, virtual love, and say keep grinding. Keep your head up. Keep the motivation and inspiration up, because honestly, during this time of chaos, we need that more than ever. And so shout out to every single one of you for making time today and joining us on this call. I hope y'all make it out to us next Friday at 12 Pacific Standard Time. I know my brother Jamil is on the East Coast. But please join us next time. We'll have more talks like this, hopefully to just keep us all sane.
Right.
Peace.
All right, thanks, you. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, all right?
Have a good one. Take care. Wash your
Thank
hands.
you.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.